Thank you, Ashley, and thank you to everyone joining us here today. Anticipate this being maybe about a 30-minute presentation, could be even a little bit less than that, since we really just want to focus on the mobile device capabilities of Meridian. And I'm going to start off here with just a short PowerPoint to give a quick overview, one-slide overview of Hagerman, overview of Meridian in general, and then more specifics on Meridian Mobile, and then we'll get into an actual demonstration of the Meridian Mobile client. And as Ashley mentioned, at the end we will take questions and offer answers through the question and answer panel in GoToWebinar. Yeah, just a quick background on Hagerman & Company. We've been around, actually the slide could be updated because it's even more years than what we've got listed than the 34. And during that time, we've been under constant ownership and management. It's been a very stable organization, plus a growing organization. And you can see we now have offices spread out in order to service and support the entire United States. And we've been doing data management systems, as you can see, for a large number of years as well, with Meridian being one of them. And we've done over 1,200 successful customer projects, and that 1,200 is again a very old number. So we're well above that figure now. So again, a lot of experience, a lot of successful customer projects under our belts. The Meridian software is part of the Accruent organization, and Accruent is a software company dedicated to helping organizations that are asset, facility, building, space intensive better manage those physical resources to hopefully improve their business or operating performance. Now with Meridian, I think probably a very large number of you are already Meridian customers. You may just not have the Meridian Mobile solution. Well, one of the big things with Meridian is the seamless integration that it offers across all of these different areas in terms of general document management, CAD integration, easy 24/7 search view print, support for managing documents and collaborating on engineering, architecture, and construction projects, and then the ability to tie documents to specific physical assets or pieces of equipment within your facilities so that someone maintaining a piece of equipment can enter its parameters, find all the documents they need in order to do their job. You can also see Meridian looking at it differently, offers seamless integration again between release drawings and project or work in process files, between your office staff and your operations personnel, between your internal staff and your external contractors and engineers, and then again between your equipment or asset records and systems and the related files. So Meridian is really a superior system for tying all those types of information and groups of people together. And Meridian is very flexible in terms of how it can be deployed now, whether it's an on-premise Meridian server set up in your company or organization data center, or Meridian server being deployed in the cloud. And then your Meridian clients that are tying into the Meridian system can be either desktop-based, which a lot of you who are using Meridian now are probably using the Power User client. There's now the Power Web, which is a full-function web browser-based client. And then as we're focusing on in the webinar here today, Meridian Mobile allows mobile devices to tie into your Meridian server. And then there's different Meridian platforms and products. I think on Meridian Enterprise, Meridian Cloud Business, and those are really the two platforms to which Meridian Mobile can tie into, and tie into both in exactly the same manner. Now, a little bit more details on Meridian Mobile, where the idea is it allows you to break free from your desk so that wherever you are in your physical space, you can get access to the documents and information in Meridian in order to do your job. So Meridian Mobile works on a variety of different devices, Apple or iOS, Android, and Windows 10 mobile devices. And then those of you who are used to all the secure authentication in your current on-premise Meridian system, Meridian Mobile offers the same secure authentication. Then within Meridian Mobile, and we'll see this demonstrated as we go, you've got the ability to see your to-do list or work list that's in Meridian on your mobile device. You can view document properties, see the PDF renditions of your CAD or other files, open and print documents if your mobile device is tied into a printer. Also, you've got the ability through Meridian Mobile to download and open your native or source files, assuming there's an application on your mobile device that would support those native files, which there are applications to open AutoCAD and Word and PDFs directly on your mobile device. Yeah, so here you can see a screen here. We're looking at the user can see their to-do list in Meridian, the Meridian to-do list in Meridian Mobile. Viewing a document, this is probably like an iPad type screen where you can view either, in this case it's viewing the PDF rendition of this CAD file, or show how it can be downloaded and opened into an AutoCAD native viewer. Zoom in, print. So all that functionality is available through Meridian Mobile. And then also the workflow capability. So the graphic display is of a typical workflow that may have been configured on the Meridian server. So as that workflow progresses and things are assigned to you, that would appear on your to-do list on your mobile device. Other ways to stay informed with Meridian Mobile. So, of course, you can always be able to access the latest up-to-date information that's on your Meridian server. It does support the Meridian asset management capabilities for any of you who are familiar with that or using it. So you can search for a piece of equipment, find that equipment record, click a button, see all the documents related to that piece of equipment. Also, markups, annotations, and comments can be done on a mobile device. So if somebody's out of a piece of equipment, find something that they need to do a markup to get back to engineering, they can do that directly on their mobile device. Also, Meridian Mobile does give the ability to download files to your mobile device for later access if you're going to be in a place where you're not going to be able to connect to your Meridian server. Just some other screenshots here looking at more like an iPhone or an Android type phone. Meridian Mobile does have the ability, if you're like a maintenance person and your assets or pieces of equipment have been tagged with barcodes or QR codes, using the camera on your mobile device, you can take a picture of the QR code or barcode, and then Meridian Mobile will automatically retrieve all of the documents for that piece of equipment directly to your mobile device. And actually, I thought I had one more slide there, just kind of, so what are the advantages of Meridian Mobile? One of the key things in Meridian Mobile, and I'll go ahead and flip over to the interface. I'm going to say show my desktop. There we go. That's better. So one of the big advantages these days with Meridian Mobile is social distancing, where people need to be more careful with COVID-19 around, staying away from each other. Where if you have operations and maintenance personnel using a mobile device to retrieve the information they need to do their job out in the plant area where they're needing to work, rather than having to come into the office to get it, that helps employ social distancing. Also, I guess you maybe use the term productive distancing, in that if a maintenance or operations staff member doesn't have to walk back into the office to get what they need to do their job, they can be working at the piece of equipment they need to be working on more of the time. So it's going to eliminate that in-plant travel time between out in the production facility and an office, or needing to go talk to someone to help them find the information if they can pull it up directly on their mobile device. So now I pulled up Meridian Mobile, and so probably looking at the layout of the screen you're getting here, so that's probably about the type of layout you would get on something like an iPad. You can use Meridian Mobile on a phone. Of course, that's going to be smaller and more shrunk down. So this interface would be typically what you'd have on something like an iPad, or maybe a larger Android tablet. So it's a very simple, clean interface. Just to contrast, if I went over and went to the Meridian Power User, so this is my full Meridian Power User client, where I can see all of my documents arranged into folders. And I can go to different navigation views to resort documents. I can see all of my property information displayed in columns. I can click on a document. It pops up in the viewer. I can see my property pages over here. Or if we're looking at the Power Web client, so I can use Power Web to browse and find files, or of course search. So here I can see properties, documents, and then there's also the Explorer client, which we'll see a little bit of here in a bit. That is for search view print users. So now if we go back to Meridian Mobile, in fact, in Power Web and Explorer, that's looking at exactly the same Meridian Vault and data set that we're going to be looking at here in Meridian Mobile. So you've got your 5 main buttons here when you go in, and if we go into settings, there's just a few different default settings that you can set for your device. Like one of them here is download only over Wi-Fi. So you can set it to block downloading a huge file from your Meridian Vault if you're going through cellular rather than over Wi-Fi. If I click on recent, this is a handy thing in that the next document you need to access and take a look at is highly likely to be one of the most recent documents you need to take a look at. So I can hit the recent button. Here are the most recent documents I needed to look at, and I can click one of them. I can see their document properties, and then click it, and this happens to be a PDF document, and bring it up right for viewing on my mobile device. Then I can use the back button to get back to where I was. We can also, if I go to Documents, so if I go to Documents, this is going to give me a list of all the documents in my Meridian Vault. And you can see with the count, this particular demonstration vault, there's about 2,000 documents in it. A lot of you would probably have a lot more documents in your vault, so I'll be showing some of the searching and navigating options that are there. So if I go, I can do, just a search by typing in a drawing number, search and find it. There's that file, and then I can view it. So you see it's a very simple, clean interface. And of course, I've got the ability to zoom in and zoom out on my device. We can also do markups here, which I'll show you here later on. If I go back again, and let's get rid of that. I can also do sorting. So we've got these buttons up here. This is my sort button. This is my filter button. If I go to sort, I can say instead, resort all my files by the drawing title. Or I can go back to my file name. Now we can also go in, if I click back to my client here, you can see my documents here are organized by country and plant and then discipline and so on. So that's how my folder hierarchy, my folders of documents are organized in my Meridian Power client. I'm going to keep hiding everything except my mobile client just to keep confusion from the background. I can go in and filter, and you can, in your configuration, you can select what properties you want your users to be able to filter on to make it as easy as possible for your plant users. So I can go in and say, I want to filter by plant, and I can pick one or more. I'm going to say, so you can see I can check more of these. I'm going to say Sao Paulo, and that filtered me down to 86 documents that I can browse through, or I can go back and filter again and say filter by discipline, and I just want electrical, but I can select multiple options here. So that's going to filter me down to 6 documents. I could then continue to filter down to class description and say I only want to see circuit diagrams. So now that's got me as a plant user filtered down pretty good. And you can also see here a couple of option buttons by each one of these files. The down arrow, that's a download button. So if I pick that, that would actually download a copy of the native file to my mobile device so I'd have it offline. And then the thing that looks like a tag is for equipment tags. So if I pick that, that would show me all the pieces of equipment that use that document. Now, if I just want to pick a particular document, I can go into it. So we can see all of the properties of this particular document. If I go to related assets, these are all of the pieces of equipment that use that particular document. Or another way somebody might use it, somebody goes to a piece of equipment out in the plant, they type in the equipment number, there's that piece of equipment. So you can see I've got a documents button and an assets button. And so here's the information on this piece of equipment. And then here's all of the documents needed to repair and maintain that piece of equipment. So here's my shutdown procedure, which is a Word document. I can go back. Back button is very handy. Here's a PDF data sheet. So we can see that. Or here's a drawing we want to take a look at. So you can imagine somebody's out in your facility, walking around with a mobile device, able to do all of this. We also have the ability to open the source file. So if I picked that and had an AutoCAD application on my mobile device, either editing or viewing, this DWG file would open right up. You can also go back in here, and you can see we've got the ability to add markups. So if I just add a markup in here, something like this, I'll say add motor, and then save that markup. So now if I'm in one of my other Meridian clients, or somebody back in the office, either with an Explorer or the power user, so like somebody in drafting or design or engineering, they could actually get an email notification that somebody in the plant made a markup to let them know that, so they would be informed. And now we can view that. So now that markup done on the mobile device is now available to be seen in any of the Meridian clients. So drafting or engineering knows they've got something they need to do to make a modification to that drawing. The last thing in here I wanted to show was to-do list. So now we can, actually I was going to start from scratch, but now you can also, tasks that have been assigned to you, if you need to change a file or to review a file, you can also see that notification in Meridian Mobile as well. So besides accessing information on documents, drawings, and pieces of equipment, you can also see information about work tasks that are assigned to you for something that you need to take care of. So I believe that covers everything I wanted to show on Meridian Mobile, since we were really just focusing in on it here today. So at this point, we can open things up for questions. So I'm going to pull out my question and answer panel here. Try to do that. All right, don't see any questions yet. We'll wait a a bit here, if we have any questions coming in. In the meantime, while we're waiting, actually, would you want to do your wrap-up information and instructions?
Sure. I'll just let everyone know that if you think of additional questions later on, you can just reply to that confirmation or reminder email that you received from GoToWebinar, and we can get those to Matt or your sales rep to get your questions answered. Once again, as we close down today, there will be a short survey that will just pop up. We do ask that you take a few moments to fill that out. And another reminder that you will receive an email tomorrow with a recording of the presentation today. And I don't see anything else popping in, Matt. Want to hold it open for another minute or not?
Yeah, we'll go a few more seconds here, see if somebody's still typing.
Okay.
If not, we can go ahead and wrap it up.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we've got anything coming in, so actually I think we can go ahead and
okay. Well, thanks, Matt, for the presentation.
Wrap here.
Great. Thank you, everyone, for attending today, and we'll see you next time.